Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
Ohio's 18th annual Pawpaw Festival is kicking off as we speak. Good evening, I'm Mackenzie Pyatt. Thanks for joining us. The world's largest pawpaw celebration is in Albany on Lake Snowden, and as always, it happens rain or shine. WOUB meteorologist Ananda Harris is live at the festival to let us know what to expect for the weekend weather. Ananda, how's it looking out there?
We have a beautiful start right now to the Pawpaw Festival. Very sunny skies today. It is a bit on the warm side for this time of year. We're finishing off the day around 88 degrees here, but that heat has not deterred people from coming out and enjoying the lots of local food and drink. Pawpaw Festival. Also, a lot of vendors here. Great day to do some shopping today, but tomorrow we will have a turn in that weather. Temperatures are going to drop down a bit, but with that cool down, we're going to see lots of rain all day tomorrow. May put a damper on some of the events going on. Hopefully the giant cardboard fort will hold up with all that rain. Saturday night, those showers will still be lingering around, so if you're camping, make sure you're prepared for that weather. And on Sunday, unfortunately, we're going to more scattered showers.
All right, thanks for the update, Ananda. I'm planning on going to the festival myself, so I'll make sure to take a raincoat. This year's festival will have a few new features, new events including a 4-mile run, a renewable energy regatta boat race, and an attempt to build the world's largest cardboard fort. The festival's focus is on educating attendees about pawpaws through art, food, and entertainment. And Alexander School District and the Village of Albany are split over the construction of a sewage treatment system. According to a complaint filed by the village, the new system violates sewage regulations. The regulations don't allow separate septic systems. Alexander Schools want to build a separate system for its new wellness center. The district says it doesn't want to strain the village's current operation. In April, the Ohio EPA granted Alexander a permit to install the structure. And Nelsonville is proposing a change for their sewers. For the first time in 5 years, the city of Nelsonville could be seeing a raise in sewer rates. City Council proposed a 5% increase during Monday's meeting. If passed, the ordinance takes effect in 2017. Council members say the hike is necessary to replace or renovate the city's current sewer plant, as well as to honor city employee contracts. And Ohio's unemployment rate has dropped since August. The state's rate is now 4.7%. Ohio's Department of Job and Family Services reports fewer than 300,000 workers were without jobs in August. That's down 6,000 from July. Despite this decrease, the overall unemployment rate is still up from 2015. And 5 people are in prison tonight after police found a meth lab in their MacArthur home. All 5 adults pled guilty in Vinton County Court to charges of making meth in front of children. Neighbors called police for a dispute at the house. There were 5 children there when they arrived. The children are now in protective services. All of the adults are sentenced to at least 13 years in prison.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, we're seeing 88 degrees, sorry about that. Here, it's a little warm out there. Dew point 58, we're going to see that rise in the dew point as we head into the evening. Across the region, upper 80s to lower 80s, up in our lower 80s up into the northwestern counties, and to our south, southwest, or east, we're going to see upper 80s right now. As we head into tonight, 67 for Athens, Ohio, and cloudy skies. We'll see those increasing clouds, showers developing for our rainy weekend. How does that sound, Mackenzie?
All right, thanks, Matt. Kentucky already has 10 cases of the flu virus circulating in the state. The Kentucky Department of Public Health says this may indicate the flu season is starting early. We talked to Dr. Tanya Basta about what we can expect locally from the virus.
Seems to be that October is where we start to see the increase around here in the flu cases, with usually it getting the highest, January, February in that range.
Dr. Basta also encourages everyone to get a flu vaccine this year. Kroger and CVS pharmacies are already administering the vaccine. No appointment is needed at the East State Street locations. And nearly 500 people are out of work because of an unrepaired bridge in Charleston. The bridge was damaged by floodwater in June and has not received any repairs since then. Restaurants, gas stations, stores, and a hotel are inaccessible without the bridge. Repairs were supposed to begin on August 1st, but there are currently no signs of construction to replace the damage. The Ohio State Highway Patrol is mourning the loss of one of their own. Trooper Kenneth Velez was outside his patrol car conducting traffic enforcement Thursday afternoon when he was hit and killed. He was just 3 days from retirement. Harry Boomer has more.
This is the godfather to my son.
Retired Trooper A.J. Torres worked with Ohio State Trooper Kenneth Velez for 15 years. He spent hours at Metro today hoping and praying that his longtime friend would pull through. Sadly, that didn't happen. Torres says his friend will be missed.
Awesome guy. Couldn't ask for a better guy. Matter of fact, he was due to retire in 3 days.
His death hit his fellow troopers very hard. They gathered at Metro, hugging, supporting each other after this loss in their brotherhood. Trooper Velez's family also came to the hospital to mourn their loss.
We're going to miss him, and I love him. He's like my brother.
Now he's gone at a young age of 48, leaving 3 children behind. Tonight, a somber silence when his fellow troopers drove his body from Metro in an honor guard.
It was great with my family, with the community. I couldn't ask for a better guy. We went on vacations together. My son graduated from Paris Island, and he went down and took the trip with us for his graduation. He's got a son that's overseas that's coming now. He's on his way back.
And there was no word on whether the driver who hit and killed Velez will face any charges. A high school senior died after her home caught fire in central Ohio. 17-year-old Aaliyah Wilson was killed early on Thursday. The fire spread throughout the entire 2-story home. Wilson's father escaped from the house without injuries. The cause of the fire is unknown at the time. Akron City officials have a new policy for local homeless people. The homeless will now be given 2 days' notice before officials take their belongings from public property. Before this settlement, officials could take their belongings immediately without no chance of return. But now the city is required to store items for 1 month so they can be reclaimed. And Governor Kasich is meeting with President Obama to talk about the Trans-Pacific Partnership. We heard from him ahead of the meeting. We'll have that story and more when Newswatch returns.
University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities. And of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming. It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is. The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio Governor John Kasich says he supports President Obama's push for the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Deal, or TPP.
I think this trade agreement is vital. I mean, if I said this, the two most vociferous opponents of the trade agreement are Vladimir Putin and Xi, one of the most repressive leaders in the history of China. That in and of itself should tell you why this agreement is really important. And so when the White House asked, would you come? Of course I would say yes, because this is an area that I completely agree with the president on.
Both presidential nominees, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, publicly opposed the TPP. When asked which candidate he would be voting for, Kasich continuously avoided the question.
You've said you're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Have you decided yet?
But have you decided yet what you're going to do when you go into that voting booth?
No, I'll let everybody know when. But I think my actions have spoken very loudly, louder than even my words.
Gary Johnson?
I haven't even gone there yet. It's a long way till Election Day.
So is it still possible that you could vote for Donald Trump?
Very unlikely.
Okay.
Too much water under the bridge.
And EpiPen prices continue to rise across the country. Utah Representative Jason Chavez says they are beginning to hold the company's CEO accountable.
It has gone from about $100 8 years ago to $600. Comes in a 2-pack, but it expires after a year. And you got parents that are concerned about their little kids, and suddenly you've had this massive increase in price, very concerned that the FDA has not allowed competition to come into the marketplace, which would help drive down the price.
And controversy has surrounded presidential candidate Donald Trump recently as he questioned President Obama's birthplace. But today, the Republican nominee finally issued a short, simple statement on the matter.
President Barack Obama was born in the United States, period.
Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton was also out on the campaign trail today after taking a few days off to recover from pneumonia.
The next 53 days will shape the next 50 years. The future of our children and grandchildren hangs in the balance.
And on Wall Street today, stocks ended on a low note to end out the week. With climate change being a hot button issue for the presidential candidates, it's important to know how much our Earth is being affected. We have that story coming up next.
And with a stormy weekend and the next cool down, it'll all be in my extended forecast. Taste of fall.
Professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, this is it. And she said, the tour's just started. I said, no, you don't understand. this is it.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, we have 88 degrees. We actually went up to degree 89. Our sensor hasn't updated. 89 will tie our record from 1945. Wow, hot out there. West-southwest wind at 6 miles per hour, dew point climbing at 58 degrees. Barometer pressure declining as we see the low pressure move in. Here's that football forecast before you head out. Late showers, late meaning 10 p.m. and beyond. Those high school games should be over unless they go into overtime. Light breeze, not a problem. 0 to 5 miles per hour out of the south. As we look at the right now temperatures across our region as you're heading out to those games, Athens, 88 degrees, Ironton, 89, Marietta, 88, up the mountains, 88, 84 in our western New Lexington, Columbus, 85, a little cooler, and 88 in Jackson. Now look at our PRECIPCAST. We got this cold front moving in. This will affect that Pawpaw Festival that Ananda was talking about. This is tomorrow. It'll move slowly but surely into our region. As you can see, Western Ohio is getting some rain right now and into tomorrow. And also, I'm going to point this out. You got the tropical storm down there. You're going to ride up, it's going to fly out to the Atlantic Ocean. It's just going to get out of here. It won't affect us too much. High pressure down here. And then we'll follow up with this high over here next week for that little taste of fall as we look by that hour by hour. Let's take a look at that. As you head out for the Pawpaw Festival at 8 a.m. or the Farmers Market here in Athens, 68 degrees, 60% chance of rain. Noon, we're going to hit 70%. That's our greatest chance of seeing showers and thunderstorms. Again, thunderstorms, so when thunder roars, head indoors. 4 p.m., 83 degrees. We'll see those showers taper off just a little bit in some areas. Tomorrow across our region, 85 in Ripley. Scattered showers all over the region. 83 in Marietta and 80 in New Lexington. 81 in our state's capital. Now I want to point this out. Ohio football, I know our sports is going to talk about this. Knoxville, Tennessee, 90 degrees. It's going to be a hot one out there. Not much wind. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. I know you might be drinking something else. Drink some water, ladies and gentlemen, if you're heading out. Hot and sunny. Wear that sunscreen. Saturday, you won't need the sunscreen here. 65 for tomorrow night. Saturday night, 67 in Marietta. 67, let's Chillicothe, let's get there. Yeah. Cambridge, 65. Tomorrow, Athens, 83. See the showers and thunderstorms pretty much all day and into the day on Sunday. Same forecast. Just a little cooler, 79 on Sunday, but 83 for tomorrow, increasing storms throughout the day. Temperatures across the area, 67 for tonight, 69 down here in Ironton, 68 in Columbus, 66 in Newark, all over the area, upper 60s. 67 in Athens tonight, increasing clouds, increasing chances of rain. You see that all over our region. Saturday, Sunday, wow, what a weekend. Wow, it's just going to rain all weekend, but look at this. Taste of fall. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, warm up Thursday, Friday, sunny all next week. Of course, the work week. Mackenzie?
All right, thanks, Matt. Now to a story on the weather in the north. Sea ice cover in the Arctic Ocean recently reached its minimum extent, tying to the second lowest on record. That's according to scientists at the National Snow and Ice Data Center. The satellite image shows how the Arctic ice cover had grown in the autumn and winter and shrunk over the spring and summer. The sea ice on September 10th statistically tied with the second lowest in the 37-year satellite record from September 2007. The NSIDC director said this was a fairly cool summer, so a lead scientist at NSIDC believes that in the next few years we will see further dramatic loss of the Arctic ice.
I'm Megan Vanslow, and up next I'm telling you about Ohio football hitting the big stage when they take on number 15, Tennessee in Knoxville in those high temperatures tomorrow. The Bobcats are just 2-11 against current SEC teams. And joining them down south is Ohio State facing number 14, Oklahoma. That's next on Newswatch. And as always, stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Welcome back. I'm Megan Vanslow. Coming off a power conference win against Kansas last week, the Bobcats hope to do it again tomorrow in Knoxville. Number 15 Tennessee is 2-0 on paper, but have clearly struggled in their first two games. Both Appalachian State and Virginia Tech were able to get ahead early against the Vols. However, Tennessee was able to recover last week, outscoring the Hokies 45-10 as of the second quarter. Joshua Dobbs ran in 2 touchdowns on the night. He really leads their offense. Ohio came out dominant, going up 25-0 halfway through the second quarter. Giving up just 6.5 points per game, Ohio State's defense had a strong start, but part of the intrigue of Saturday night will be seeing how the Buckeyes D can match number 14 Oklahoma's dual threat quarterback. Backup Austin Kendall had a lot to say about Ohio State's defense. They didn't seem too worried about it. Speaking of division rivalries, tonight marks the start of a key series for the Cleveland Indians against the Detroit Tigers. Both teams have struggled as of late, but will look to use this series to play a defending role in how this season will end. With a magic number of 11, a series sweep for the Indians would bring that number down to just 6. However, a sweep for Detroit would put them only 3 games behind the Indians with 13 games left and push them 1 game closer to a wild card berth. First pitch is tonight at 7:05. I'm Megan Vanslow, and that's it for sports. Back to you, Mackenzie.
Thanks, Megan. And an 11-year-old boy in Brooklyn who's concerned about the environment is hoping to help save the Earth with a new comic book. Greg Mocker has the story.
Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, where apartment space is the final frontier, we trek to Brooklyn. The force is comic and cosmic and graphic, and the idea is 11-year-old Jaden Anthony's setting Bed-Stuy, a kitchen table.
There's like my friends, it's me, Jaden, my friends Casper, Edward, Helena. The aliens are trying to take our resources and destroy the world.
Dad helps, along with a publisher and professional illustrator. It's their Brooklyn story. Add in some space creatures, meteors, and evil corporations.
We've lived in Brooklyn for 20 years. Jaden is born and raised in Brooklyn, and we've seen it change so dramatically over the last decade. And we wanted to make sure that we represented both old and new Brooklyn in the storylines. We felt there was this unique collision of ideas, and not only is Brooklyn this really diverse, culturally diverse, neighborhood, it's extremely global now.
We're being the architects of our own destruction. We're pretty much saying, we're doing what's just gonna make us do worse, not better. We're being horrible to our own mankind, and we want to turn that around, and we're trying to say we should turn that around.
Jaden's graphic novel is set to be published in December. Now let's send it back over to Matt for a final look at weather.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Football forecast for tonight, 66, so get down there. Getting those late showers moving in by 10 p.m. Light breeze shouldn't be a problem for those field goal kickers out there, those punters too, if you have that problem. Weekend forecast for the Pawpaw Festival, Saturday, 83, scattered thunderstorms. It's widely scattered starting at noon, going into the evening. By Saturday evening, we'll see 65 degrees, rain showers entering our region. The thunderstorms will coincide in the afternoon and evening into Sunday, 79. We'll see more scattered thunderstorms as the heating of the day influences the storms. Again, thunder roars, head indoors. Yeah. And into the extended forecast we go. Saturday, 83 degrees. That rain is dominating our region. Sunday, again, dominating our region as that cold front slowly irks its way through our area. Monday, there it is, 80 degrees. 83 on Tuesday, 84 on Wednesday, 86 Thursday, 85 Friday. And look at that, sunny, sunny, sunny. Man, look at that. Fall is here, Mackenzie. What do you think?
I think it's definitely great, and I'm so glad to see that we're going to have nice weather next week, although it's definitely unfortunate that we're going to have that rain during the Pawpaw Festival this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know about that cardboard fort building contest tomorrow. It's going to be pretty rainy out there.
Hopefully it makes it through the rain, and I hope that people also don't get caught in that rain during the 4-mile run.
Oh yes, you got to keep hydrated though. 83 degrees, man, it'll wear you out no matter what.
Yeah, but I heard a lot of people are excited for Rusted Roots to be playing. They're big performers on Saturday night at 10:30.
Yeah, the rain should subside by that time. Great time to go and see them. It's going to be awesome at that time, and they're a great performance, I think.
Have you ever been to the Pawpaw Festival?
Yes, my first time last year when I came here. It was awesome. I loved it.
I have not been yet, but I'm really excited. It'll be my first time this year, but I will be bringing that raincoat.
Yeah, largest Pawpaw Festival in the world. Man, look at that. Man, it's going to be nice, though. I mean, besides the rain, bring rain jackets. Plenty of vendors out there. Everyone, get out there, bring a rain jacket, bring your umbrella, bring those cute little rain boots you just got at Walmart.
All right, thanks, Matt. Well, that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Mackenzie Pyatt. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next, and make sure to watch Gridiron Glory tonight at 11:30. You can also find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB, and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.